Hey everybody, welcome up here, Snowrunner. Welcome back if you're a repeat offender. Subscribe if you'd like. Here we go. Riddle of Geology. The Riddle of Geology. So like I had said on the previous video, we're going to go to the garage. Our list is getting smaller. Truck storage. Going to grab a flatbed with a crane. I didn't even realize I had another one of these. Like I was saying in the last video, I got a lot of vehicles. I don't have another one with a flatbed? What the hell? I don't want to make another one. Let's just take one of these, customize it, and we'll put a flatbed on it. Frame add-ons. And leave. Alright, we need a cargo container and I don't want to pull a trailer, so that's what we're going to do. Anywho, somewhere along the line, once I pick up the cargo container, I think I've already mapped it out in my last video. If you're watching the end of it, did you watch the end of it? Okay, if you didn't, I mapped out my route. Kind of. So we're headed over there to get a cargo container and deliver it across the map. But yes, I'm done with the spiel. You know, pitching my sales pitch. I'm just going to shorten up the intro and get to it. Too much jibber jabber. Again, some of you are like, finally, just get to it. What could the topic of the day be? Oh man, I'm guessing we're pretty close, because again, I'm doing these in advance. I don't know exactly where I'm at as far as scheduling goes. Do y'all do New Year's resolutions? Again, I don't know if it's before or after, so forgive me if it's after New Year's, and if it's before your New Year's, well then it's kind of topical. Do y'all do New Year's resolutions, or is it just kind of take it as it goes, you know? And if you have, did you stick with it? You know, the typical thing is, I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna go on a diet, I'm gonna lose X amount of pounds, and you know, and that's great, really is. But make it realistic, make it attainable. You know, don't be like, I'm gonna lose 800 pounds. Or, you know, hypothetically 800 pounds. I guess you could say 100 pounds. And that's, I don't care how big you are. 100 pounds, it's 100 pounds. It's a lot of weight. And if you lose 100 pounds, congratulations. Seriously. You've done your heart a good service. Your knees, your back, everything. You've done well, my friend. But make it attainable. You know, make it like, okay, I'm going to lose 10 pounds or 20 pounds. Well, I mean, for some people, 100 pounds is attainable. But start with the smaller numbers is my advice. Cargo container, make sure it's the right one. Because I don't know what else is over here. Fuel, spare parts, that's it. 3 things. But we are headed across the map, so we're going to backtrack the way we just came. I think that's how we got to go. Yeah, we're going to backtrack to right here. And we're going to come down, we're going to go across the ice, regrettably. Go down to about here, and then we're going to go up this hill, come up where this other one is. I'm just mapping this out so I can not forget. Across this, we're going to go across that little ice. I know it's really bad around here, so be careful. You'll see. Excuse me. You will see that it's not friendly. We're going to go over here. Gotta go all the way up and around, because there's no real happy way to get there. Seriously, just take the path. Alright, we are mapped. We are ready to go. But yeah, like quitting smoking, giving up sweets, giving up carbs, low carb diets and fad diets is what I call them, because generally you go off the carbs. It's like, oh, you lose a bunch of weight, of course. But you eat one French fry, one potato, one piece of bread, one spaghetti noodle, and it's all over. You deny your body a certain thing that it actually could use in moderation. It's always in moderation. Everything in moderation. You can have pasta if you're not diabetic, I guess. But and even then, you could probably use a certain type of pasta. Use spaghetti squash. If you don't want to use actual starchy noodles, go with spaghetti squash. I would personally eat that stuff, but somebody could. I'm going over this branch. I said I wouldn't do it, and here I am going over it. But notice I stayed to the one side. But yeah, apparently if you put that spaghetti sauce and you put some sauce on it, spaghetti sauce, some of the red, it's not too bad. But I just don't see it. And give up fast food. And I get it. Our lives are different. Our work schedules and our whatever. My kids are in sports. We don't have time to eat healthy meals because we got to be to basketball practice or football practice, or and my daughter's in dance, or son's in dance, or whatever. Who cares? I'm gonna get across. Try not to sink. Get across. Whatever. Don't want to jump. Don't want to drive through those. Gotta save it. Obviously, it's going to be an easy mission, but I want to save it for when we get to the mission. Oh, I need a picture. Let's get a picture. Let's make it daytime though. That'll work. Riddle of glory, or glory. Riddle. Words are difficult. Save. But yeah, make them realistic and containable. The Riddle of Geology. Oops. So, about it'd be 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I don't know if any of you even care, but I'm still going to say it. 5 years ago, I did a New Year's resolution that I was going to quit smoking. And I had smoked for a long time. And it's been 5 years, and I've maintained it. So, it can be done. For those of you that are smokers or whatever, if you want to quit, and I don't mean, well, I kind of want to quit. I'm talking you want to quit. It can happen. It can happen. It's not impossible. It's not easy, and I would never, ever, ever, ever say it was easy. I'm just going to say that it's definitely worth it on the other end. It's worth the effort that you're going to have to put forth to complete the task, essentially. I'm not going to run any marathons. I'll tell you that. Because the damage that's done from the years that I did smoke is done. There's nothing you can do about it. But I'm not on oxygen. I don't have to have I'm not on COPD or emphysema or any of that stuff. Luckily. But There's people that have smoked way less than me that are already complications from smoking. When they say that smoking messes with your shit, it does. You know, it ain't gonna do it overnight, but it's gonna do it. You know, up to this point, I'm fine. I figure if I don't smoke anymore, then I'll be all right. But there's no guarantee on that. But it doesn't. It shouldn't get any worse as far as if I continue to smoke, the amount that I smoke. So this is where you got to watch what you're doing, because it'll mess up. It'll be a very bad day. See, and there's a little janky ass bridge over here that you got to keep an eye on. See how I say it? Dips and whoops and shove it in gear. Let's get across this pot or thing here. But yes, it is attainable. It's. And I quit multiple times, or attempted to quit multiple times, and I think it came down to I really had to want to. Man, this is bad. Turn into the skid. Really had to want to quit. I wasn't forced to. You know, the doctors are always telling you should really quit smoking. Whatever. They're going to tell you that no matter what, because they know how bad it is for you. And then there's doctors and nurses that smoke, and I get it. And some people are like, well, I need it for my stress. Okay. You know, there are other outlets for stress. It doesn't, you know, because I think that was one of my excuses, is basically what it is. Excuses as to why I didn't quit multiple times. Oh, I got a rough, my job, I had a bad day, or whatever. So you use it as an excuse not to. But again, I would never say it's easy, because it's not. Those people that have never smoked, they're like, it ain't no big deal. It's just what they say. I'm just gonna say it. They say that quitting smoking is worse than trying to quit heroin or something on that order. So you compare it to that. Not that I would know, because I don't do heroin or any drugs. But that's what the doctors say. And unless you've smoked, I guess you wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? Because they can say whatever. Oh, don't go through there. I almost touched that blue box. I don't know if y'all seen that there. I didn't want to touch any of those because it takes away some of the other ones. So by the time I get to the damn thing, I got one thing I got to drive through. When I finally get to the mission, be like, well, I had 8 of them to go through. How come you only had 1? You know what I'm saying? That's because I touched a bunch of other ones. But yeah. But again, it could be anything. It could be, I need to quit shopping. I need to quit buying stuff on Amazon, which I need to do. But I need to do this and I need to do that. And willpower. I mean, don't make it impossible, because if buying things on Amazon isn't, it can be bad, absolutely. There's another one, another blue. I don't want to get it. They're everywhere. But as long as you keep it to where stuff you need, not just you're bored sitting at home going, you know what, I'm going to go on Amazon and buy some shit. Stuff I don't really need, but I'm bored, so let's go buy this stuff. And then it all shows up and we're like, why the hell did I buy that? Or you get to be having a few beverages of the adult nature, alcohol for the layman, and you get a little loose with your spending, and then the stuff shows up a couple days later like, I don't really remember. Oh yeah, I bought it on this date. Yeah, that's when I had. a couple glasses of wine or whatever it is, whatever your vice is. And I am a true believer that you have to have a vice. You have to. You have to have something. You know. This helps you relieve stress. All right, here we are with the last of the mission, last of the thing here. Oh, the aftermath of the hurricane is the next one, so we're gonna have to maybe do that one next. Let's look at all those little things up there. All right, the Riddle of Geology is done. I want to thank everybody for watching. If you're new and haven't subscribed, be sure to do that. And ring the little bell for notifications, and we'll catch you all on the next one. Leave a like and leave a comment. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Bye, everybody.